assuming that you want to join a Sacco. Someone has advised you to join a Sacco. You want to save money and earn dividend or interest. And as you know, in Kenya, a Sacco is something that you should join once you get a job. Whether you earn 20,000, 100,000, or even 10,000, it will help you in the long run. Now, there's something people don't know, especially those ones who have not joined a Sacco. The difference between shares and dividends. Shares and savings. There's a difference between shares and savings. Now, when you join a Sacco, there are two options. You can either to focus on shareholding or to focus on savings. When you talk about shareholding or shares, is where you become part of the owners of that Sacco. You buy shares and you own part of that Sacco. When we see about savings, if you earn a salary of maybe 30,000 and you want every month to send 2,000 to that Sacco, those are savings. Now, when it comes to shares, when you buy shares, you earn dividends annually. But when you do savings, you earn interest. So the interest per year can be 12%, 10%, 13%. And for shares, you can earn dividends equivalent to the number of shares you own and based on the profit that company earned. Now, the confusion comes here. When you want to join, which is the best option? Is it shares? Is it savings? One thing you should know, when you become a shareholder, if you don't have savings, you cannot use your shares to take a loan. The only thing that shareholding can help you is to earn dividends and to vote during the annual general meetings to select your leaders. Those are the two things. But when you have deposits, when you have cash in that Sacco, you can take a loan. So if your aim is to take a loan for development, most of your cash or your money should be directed to savings. So you save maybe 10,000 every month. End of the year, you have 120,000. Some Saccos will give you 3 times your savings. Others will give you 4 times your savings. And in some cases, 5 times your savings. So that is the difference in simple terms for those ones who do not understand. Now, for my case, now if, for example, you don't know how to manage your cash, maybe you have several girlfriends, someone asks you to send 2,000, you send without question, so you don't know how to control yourself. You take a lot of alcohol. Relatives at home, anyone coming with a problem, you solve using your cash. You're addicted to gambling. Such things will consume your cash, and if you don't have control, it is better for you to choose the option of shares. Just buy shares, invest in shares, so that it becomes very difficult for you to withdraw during emergencies or when you need money. And the good thing about these shares is that for you to sell the shares and get cash, you have to look for someone who wants to buy those shares, which is a very difficult and hectic process. So this one will limit you from spending your money carelessly. You only wait until the end of the year for you to earn dividends. But if you have financial discipline, one thing I can advise you is that it's good or it's better to have more money in savings than being a shareholder, than having more money in shares. Because in savings, if you have emergency, for example, you have been diagnosed with a certain disease and which needs maybe 1 million, you can go to the Sacco, apply to get the money, and within 2 days you have the money in your account. If, for example, you are disciplined, it's good to have the money in cash or in savings so that in case you hear any bad information or negative about the Sacco, you can hurriedly go to the Sacco and apply to get your money back. For example, if you have, for example, 5 million in shares, 5 million shillings in shares, and you hear that this Sacco, the management is stealing money and they are in court, there's nothing you can do at that moment. You can even witness your money disappearing. But if your money is in savings, you can rush and apply to get it back, and it's very possible. So that is the major difference. If you are disciplined, even if you are very disciplined, be cautious. What you should do is that if you want to save 10,000 every month, it's better to put 2,000 in shares and 8,000 in savings. That way you just grow both instead of leaving the share to be stagnant. Another major difference is that at the end of the year, when you are earning interest and dividends, you realize that dividends are more. You earn more when you are a shareholder than from savings. When dividends are paid even 18%, but in shares you get something like, no, but in savings you get something like 13%, 12%. So those are the major difference. Now, if you want to join a Sacco, you have the option of a Sacco, money market fund, fixed deposit account. Which one is the best? It is obvious. What you'll earn from Saccos is predictable and even better than money market fund and fixed deposit account. I will advise you to go for Saccos. So that's why anyone in Kenya who is employed with a stable income is advised to invest in Saccos. And any adult, especially if you are 35 and above, even 30 and above, it is good to have savings in Saccos or even dividend shares in Saccos. It is good to invest in money market fund, even fixed deposit account. So you have to diversify your investments. And if your money is a lot, just go to real estate so that when you reach, for example, the age of 50, you are not going to struggle. At the end of the year, you get income from around 6 sources. So you live comfortably without stressing your children and the relatives.